Hi everyone, this is Bruce from brucedarlingtonguitar.com and more recently drbruceonlineguitarlessons.com if you feel like checking that out. Pretty cool new website. I thought I'd come back and do another one of these reviews because I haven't done one for a little bit. I've been really busy with a whole load of different things, but I've got a little bit of time and the day is nice and I've played a load and I'm kind of bored now, so I thought I'd do a review. This is going to be a review of my first ever owned PRS, and it's a PRS, God, it's a long title this. It's a PRS semi-hollow SingleCut S2. It's a lot of title, that, in fairness. But as you can see, it's a gorgeous looking guitar. It's a really nice, this is a limited run finish that they called something ridiculous like Ice 9 Blue Crystal Fabulosonus or something, but really nice. Goes all the way around the back. Very cool. I actually saw this exact guitar being played on Anderton's video and I was about it, and I went about a PRS and I said yes, that's the one, I like it. So let's do the usual. I'm not going to plug it in and go through loads of stuff. You know why by now. YouTube sounds terrible, so you're not going to hear any good or bad qualities with this thing. So I'm just going to go through it and tell you what I do like and what I don't like about it. There are some really nice points and there are some points that I was genuinely surprised about and not very happy with, and we'll go from there. So it's light. It's not fully hollow, it's semi-hollow, so it's chambered. As far as I know, it has a mahogany block, like a tone block running down the middle, so that adds a bit of weight. So it's not as light as something like a 339 or something of that ilk, but it's pretty light, so you can have it on for a while, it's fine. It's certainly not Les Paul weight, so that's always good. I've got the PRS official site open up so I don't get the woods wrong, because on a couple of the videos people have said, oh, you got the wood wrong with this. So we've got the neck is made of mahogany, and then the fretboard wood is rosewood. If you don't think it is, argue with PRS, don't tell me about it. The inlays are the PRS birds, which as you can see are pretty cool. They're not mother of pearl or anything at this price point. I say that, I mean this is still £2,000 odd for a guitar. So the main body is, we've got 22 frets. Let's have a look. They say that the top is maple and at the back is mahogany. So all good tone woody stuff, we like that. We've got the three-way selector switch, obviously with the two humbucking pickups. Does have coil taps on these, so you can get a genuine, authentic single coil tone out of it by coil tapping it. If you want a genuine, authentic single coil tone, go and buy a single coil guitar. If you want a genuine Strat tone, go and buy a Strat. If you want a humbuckery tone, this might well do you. No guitar does all of it. Go buy two. Buy a humbucker guitar and a single coil guitar. Anyway, tuning pegs are tuning pegs. As you can see, they're not anything special by anyone. They're PRS's own ones. The nut again is nothing particularly wonderful. It's not bone, it's not infused with diamond or anything silly. You've got the standard stop-tail bridge here, PRS ones. It's the wraparound bridge though, so as you can see, the strings go in from this side, wrap around the bridge, and shoot up to the tops. Locking tuning pegs, which I'm a big fan of. I very much like those, largely because I'm completely pants at wrapping around the post normally and getting that done, so a bit of laziness is good. Okay, so things that I do like. I like the tone out of this guitar. As I said, it's not a Strat, it's not going to sound like a Strat, but it does have a tone kind of its own. Now these pickups are called PRS number 7s. I'm sure PRS aficionados know all about those. I don't. They're just called number 7s and they sound cool. I kind of like that. If you like a mid rock to slightly heavier rock, you're all good. If you want to play Metallica or something on it, probably not great. And if you want to do proper, like, authentic sounding blues and stuff, probably not brilliant. There's a couple of videos of me playing this on my site and you can have a listen to it there if you want to. I'm doing some Satriani stuff on one of them, so you can get a pretty decent chunky tone out of it, but again, it's horses for courses, you know. So I like the neck, I like the feel of the neck. As you can see, it's a bit chunky. It's not huge, it's not a Les Paul neck, but it's not super thin either, and this is called a pattern regular neck for PRS people. What it means to me is it's quite a rounded D kind of profile to it, and the way they get around the chunk not being a problem is that the actual width of the fretboard is not huge. So even if you're blessed with normal human hands and not giant alien hands, you can still get your hands around. If you want to do that Hendrix stuff with your thumb over the top, that's all good, but it's wide enough to not be constantly pulling the high E off the fretboard if you have that kind of an issue. So I like the neck, and the access on it is okay, it's pretty good. I've got a couple of Les Pauls that got similar kind of access, so that's fine. The neck heel is not massively in your face and in the way, which is always good, so that's cool. Input jack, it's an input jack, I can't say too much about that. The knobs, I like the knobs. They've got some nice resistance to them, and when you turn them, where the skirt of the knob is to meet the body of the guitar doesn't undulate and do this with really cheap knobs, which very much annoys me for some reason. I don't know why, it just does. It's get a lifetime, isn't it, at that point, really. But yeah, so I like that. I like the weight, I like the feel of the neck, I quite like the tone out of it. The guitar was very nicely finished when I got it, so all the frets are level and there's no sharp edges coming down, which are things to look for. The joins and everything is good. Where the pickups are put in, there's no gaps, there's no wobble. The edge at the end of the neck looks good where it's joined into the guitar. The bridge sits well into the body, it feels really solid, it's not going to go anywhere. Tuning pegs, there's no wobble, no movement, as you kind of expect. £2,000 guitar, made by PRS, started as a boutique guitar builder, now one of the premier kind of high-end guitar builders that I wouldn't really call them boutique anymore. You can buy boutique stuff from them, but most of it is mass-produced stuff. The way they get around this for the price point is, as I understand it, everything's put together in the States and the electronics and stuff are Korean, I think. I don't think they're Chinese, they've got a feeling they're Korean, but they're not the American parts that you get in the genuine kind of £4,000 PRSs and those kind of things. So, things I don't like about it. The big one is the electrics, because the electrics have failed on this guitar 3 times. It's been back to PRS twice, and the 3rd time I gave up and just got the guy who does my normal guitar stuff, Doug Abraham, and I just got him to sort it out. PRS failed to fix it twice, and he fixed it first go. And basically it's because the Korean electronics stuff in it was not very good. It was really weak. So what was happening was, as I would change pickups, which I do like to do now and then, I must confess. I'm not Slash, I'm not getting hold of the thing and doing this, but I am changing pickups, and I would have massive volume dropouts. The neck pickup would stop working altogether, or the bridge pickup would stop working. You contact PRS's UK representation, they say, oh no, God, that never happens, send it back to us. You'd send it back in, they'd send it back to you, say it's all fixed. You start playing it again, it'd do the same thing again. I've never managed to break the electronics on a guitar before, so I don't think it's me so much. I think it's the guitar, which is not brilliantly made in that way. Other things I don't like. Why, PRS? The world's biggest strap lock buttons. I mean, what is going on? I've owned guitars pretty much all my life. I've never seen strap buttons like this. You have to actually get a knife and cut an extra bit into your strap to get it over these. They're crazily big. Now you could unscrew them, put the strap on, put them on permanently, but I've read quite a bit of stuff about the leather of a decent leather strap interacting with the finish on the guitar, because obviously it's sat over the guitar in your case and it's rubbing against it, or it's rubbing against the back. I really don't want this guitar damaging and destroying like that, so I want to just put a strap on, play, take the strap off. I don't see that being a big problem. So they are just stupid. And the other thing is that the tuners are really not great. The tuners are unstable. So not only, I don't know what ratio they're supposed to be when you turn them, but you turn them a little bit and they'll either shoot past or they'll not move at all on the pitch, which I hate. It's really annoying. If you're trying to tune up quickly, mid-gig or playing or something, it's very frustrating, and they don't hold their tune very well either. So I think that on a guitar of this level, that's not very acceptable. Now I could just replace them, obviously, get some Shailers or some Goto tuners or whatever, but I don't really want to spend another kind of £150 on great tuners or £300 or whatever when I've spent £2,000 on the guitar. Just like I don't really want to change the pickups. Otherwise, what on earth am I buying? What am I paying £2,000 for? So what did we say it was? It's mahogany with maple. So there's probably about a tenner's worth of mahogany, maybe £8 worth of maple. The pickups, like I said, are made in Korea, so they're probably about £20. The neck is mahogany, so again, maybe another £5 of mahogany. Then the fretboard is rosewood, so less than a £5. I'm having trouble stacking it up. Now, I like the guitar, and I've kept it, and I persist with it because it just looks so good. And it's sat on the rack, and I've got a really cool rack over there. I've not shown you, I will at some point. But it sits on the rack, and occasionally I'm playing another guitar, and occasionally I look over and go, ooh, I've got to play that. You know how that feeling is as guitar players, where you look at it and you go, I've just got to pick that up and play it. And I'm in that phase at the moment, which is why I'm reviewing it. But as a £2,000 example of one of the premier guitar companies, sorry, my brother hates bunny ears, I'll do it again for him in case he sees it. It's one of the premier guitar companies in the world. I don't think that it's very good value for money. I think there's a lot better that you can get. I'm going to do a review of my Fender Malmsteen Strat, and the genuine USA Fender Malmsteen Strat retails about the same as this, maybe a tiny bit more, and is 1,000,000 times better build quality and more reliable than this. So I've tried to keep it nice and short and sweet this time, not ramble on for an hour or however long the other reviews were. As always, comments are welcome. Nice to see loads of new people as well. I hope this has continued the trend of vaguely honest reviews without being shred-tastic and pointless. And if there's anything I've missed, feel free to drop me a bell about it, and I'll try and fill you in. I think that's it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just a guitar. It's not solving COVID. Okay, I'll see you next time, guys. Thanks very much. Bye.